Ms. Spinks, I received your question here. They want you to complete factoring this. It has three terms, so we call this a trinomial. We want to factor this trinomial. They give you the first part, and you got to fill in the second part here. So here it is. I mean, right there's the correct answer, which is different than what you put in. But you got to figure out what goes in here. Before I talk about that, there's something called the full method. Maybe you're familiar with it. I'll make up an example. Let's say we have x plus 2 times quantity x plus 3. Something called the full method is a method for multiplying two binomials. Full is just an abbreviation here. F stands for first, outer, inner, last. When you're multiplying two binomials, it's just a shortcut you can use that a lot of people use to multiply binomials. And so if you multiply the first terms, that's x times x, that's x squared. You multiply the outer terms, that's 3x, and then the inner terms, that's 2x, and then the last terms, that's 6. Now we can combine these terms here and make that 5x. So what does this have to do with this problem? Well, full, or multiplying two binomials, that's the opposite of factoring. We want to factor this trinomial. If we combine these terms down here, that's what we would have. X squared plus 5x plus 6. You see, what we want to do, instead of multiplying, we want to factor. We want to go from the trinomial to the two binomials. Okay, and so let me write down what they give you here. 75x squared minus 20x minus 7. And they give you the first binomial, and you have to figure out the second binomial. And so you got the full part here. You want the first product here has to be 75x squared. So you got to ask yourself, 5x times what will give me 75x squared? Well, the answer, we can see is 15x. If you take 75 and divide it by 5, that's 15. And so the answer here is 15x. Because, the full 5x times 15x will give you the 75x. Well, we have a 1 here. The product of the last terms has to be negative 7, you see. Just like the product here, the 2 and the 3 is 6. Well, what do you multiply times 1 to get negative 7? Well, the answer would be a minus 7. The nice thing about factoring is you can always check your work. If you follow this, you should come back to what you started with. And so if I full here, I multiply the first terms, that's 75x squared. If I multiply the outer terms, that'd be minus 35x. I multiply the inner terms, that's plus 15x. Multiply the last terms, that's minus 7. And if you look at this, this is what we started with, if you combine these like terms here. So factoring is the opposite of full, and multiplying two binomials in this case. Hope this helps.